Alright, my last morning here in Nebraska. I've got a good idea where these birds are roosted. I'm going back to where I shot my second bird. There was 3 or 4 more toms there, and I don't believe they were too spooked by the decoy. So I'm going to go ahead and set out the strutter with the Jake and the few hands, and hopefully they don't skirt me. But I know where the hands are at least. I'm pretty sure I know where the gobblers are, and if they pitch going north, I'm going to be set up right in front of them. So that's the plan. Got to get there. Got about a 20-minute drive, get everything set up, and won't be long and the sun will be breaking. So let's see how this morning goes. It's a chilly one. Well, my final morning here in Nebraska. Full moon night. Was able to slip in without being detected. The hens are within 100 yards of me. The gobblers are south of them. And been 2 days ago, they flew this direction and played out in this little pasture here. So hopefully they repeat. But since I'm here, I guarantee they go south. That's how it usually works. So. But they're starting to wake up. I'm starting to wake up. And hopefully they head this way. I can make a good shot. So. It's pretty chilly this morning. 27 degrees. We'll see what happens. just like that, tagged out in Nebraska. Oh, thank you, Lord. That was beautiful. How can you not love turkey hunting? I mean, beautiful weather. The world is just awakening from a cold winter. Everything's coming to life. Man, there's just nothing better. I love it. What a great hunt. Got packed in here this morning. Had the full moon to go by. Got set up. Within 100 yards. I mean, you can hear and see all the turkeys that was going on. Oh, that was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Thanks for being with me. When you've got a lot to carry and need a third hand, check out the bow hitch. You won't regret it. Alright, so here's my third bird from my Nebraska trip. Beautiful copper looking fan. He had about an 8-inch rope and he was a little bigger than a Jake, but little tiny spurs. That's okay, he was still beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to take this fan, I'm going to make a decoy fan out of it. But if you've shot your first turkey, or maybe you've wanted to do a turkey fan on the wall, and didn't know how to do that, I'm going to show you how to do that process right now. Alright, once the fan's removed from the turkey, I always try to keep the secondaries and the primaries together. You can see this big lump of fat and meat. That needs to be removed. These back feathers, I don't keep that, so we're going to go ahead and remove that now. Make sure you're careful with your knife. And I just hold this all down as a wad, and then I just go right along here and I cut all that off. Wife might be a little upset. This is one of her pampered chef knives and it ain't worth a darn. We'll get one of my hunting knives. Alright, finally got a knife maybe that's sharp enough. Ah, that's much better. Alright, so in the middle of this tail fan is a tailbone. You want to clip that out. It's kind of a V shape. So let's see if I can get a hold of that. There we are. Alright, so there's a tailbone right there. Alright, so now your fan should be a lot looser. See all that yellow fat in between those feather quills? All that needs to be removed. Whether you go in here and scrape it out with a knife, in between each slot, that works. Or you can try a wire brush. That seems to work a little bit better for me. I always brush away from your feathers. You don't want to spread oil and grease from the fat into the feathers and tear up the feathers with a comb. So just keep at it. Get all that removed if you can. In the front, you're going to have the same deal. You can see that tailbone right there. That needs clipped out. And then all that fat and meat needs to be removed there as well. And then underneath is just that muscle and the fat. You want to remove all of that. There's also an oil duct. It's like two little valves, if you will. I don't know if that's the best way to describe that, but that's what they look like right there. You can see those two little valves. And you want to cut all that off. Alright, so if you start seeing it's looking a lot cleaner now, you can see each individual quill of the primaries coming through there. Still want to get a lot of that fat out if I can. Clean it up as best you can, and you're pretty much done. So what you'll have is an end result is a very loose tail fan. That's because you took out that tailbone.
So what I like to do is go through on a board, a cleaner board than that. Cardboard works the best. Just go through, get you a piece of cardboard, and all it has to be is just something on the back side of this. And you want to lay your fan out and basically like shingling a roof, put a pin. Next one down, just a little overlap in that, put a pin. And stay. And you don't want to overextend the fan and make it look all funny like, because that doesn't look normal at all. You want to just do it about a half moon shape, maybe a little bit less. And like I said, just that natural flow of the feathers, just pin, pin, pin. Once you've got it all laid out, you'll do that with the secondary feathers as well. Go through and start with the very beginning ones, which are these little ones. Next, 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 lay them out. And once you have all that laid out and pinned down properly, I come in with 20 Mule Team Borax. And I'll put a generous helping right here on the fat and meat that I didn't get all cleaned. And then, of course, you want to try to pack some underneath so you get that covered as well. And then I leave that for probably a couple weeks. Well, there you have it. That's how I do a turkey fan mount. Very simple process, beautiful when it turns out. If you've ever wanted to put a turkey fan on the wall, hopefully you found this informative. If you're planning on turkey hunting this year, good luck to you. For you first timers, be patient. Turkey hunting can be difficult and frustrating. For Justin and I've got Iowa in a couple weeks. I know Justin has his 3 Nebraska tags to fill. Then we'll hit Kansas and South Dakota. So if you haven't already, hit subscribe. There's going to be a lot of great hunts coming up. And give us some feedback down in the comments below as well. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, stay safe, shoot straight, and thanks for viewing.